Morning, guys. Turn that off. Now then, turn the washing machine off. I'm making a cherry bakewell tray bake for some for my mum and a friend in hospital that's in the same ward. She's doing all right. She's holding her own. She's my washing machine. I keep putting it on pause and it won't pause. So for a cherry bakewell tray bake, which is one of these that I get from Home Bargains or B&M Bargains, you need 6 ounces of margarine, butter, whatever you care to use. Stork, I use as always, perfect for cakes from Aldi. It's £1.15 a tub, and I think you can get it in Lidl as well. So 6 ounces of whatever margarine or butter, and 6 ounces of sugar, caster sugar or granulated sugar. If you've got granulated sugar in and no caster sugar, you can use it. And apparently somebody told me if you put it in your food processor, grind it up a bit, you make your own caster sugar. So I'm going to do that. See how I go on with that. So that's 6 ounces. Mum's doing all right. I think they've got the infection under control. She's in a lot of pain though. And as you probably guessed, I lost my sister on Saturday. Elaine was my sister-in-law. She was my first husband's sister. But we've remained friends. We were 19 when we met, when I was going out with your brother. We've had bits of our life where we've not been in touch. Elaine went to live in Blackburn, and but then over years we've not spent a lot of time apart, but I'd say these last 8 years we've been very, very close. She calls me a sister, I call her my sister. We're just as close as sisters. She was poorly, but I didn't expect it to happen this quick. Anyway, let's get on with this. So now you want 5 ounces of self-raising flour, for this cherry bakewell. You can make cupcakes with this and this recipe, and you can make a cake, a round sponge cake, 2 7-inch. This will make 2 7-inch or 6-inch, good size 6-inch round sponges. But I'm doing it as a tray bake because it's so easy to cut up a tray bake, and I want to cut some up for a friend, and I want to cut some up for my mum to take it to the hospital this afternoon. She's not eating a great deal. I've added a teaspoon of baking powder to that. Just bung it all in. And my friend who I'm making this for, besides my mum, her name's Alison and her husband's called Neil. And believe it or not, her mum is in the same ward as my mum. Carol, her mum. There's raisins. I don't want raisins. My head's not with it today. So when I go up this afternoon, I can take some cake for mum, and I can take some for Alison and Neil as well, and her mum. And you want 3 ounces of ground almonds. did say a teaspoon, didn't I, of baking powder. You want a teaspoon of ground Moroccan almond extract. Don't have to be Moroccan. You can use any almond extract. This is called Moroccan. And you want three medium eggs. Crack them into my scoop, then if I get any shell in, it's easier to get them out if they're in the scoop than when you've cracked them into your bowl. And you want 3 ounces of glacé cherries, washed, dried. Make sure all the syrup is off them and they're dry. Chop them in half or quarters. Pop half of those into your mix and leave the other half for later. Now you just mix all that together till it's combined. Don't over mix it because it's a bugger for sinking, is this recipe. You don't want it sinking in the oven. Just till it's combined. Scrape round the sides, making sure you've got all your ingredients combined. And that's enough. Just grease your tin a little bit with either some butter or margarine or the spray, the cake release spray. I use this one from Amazon, Carlex. You don't need to line your trays or your tins with this. I was lining my trays, but I found that I don't need to with this. Just give it a spray. Spread it in your tray. Doesn't matter if you can see little bits of margarine or butter. Doesn't matter. It still makes a beautiful sponge, but don't be tempted to overmix it just because you can see a bit of butter or margarine, because it makes no difference whatsoever to your sponge. Not in this recipe, it doesn't. I've made it that many times. I should know. My grandma used to make this. My auntie was the big baker in our family. My auntie Olive, I used to go up and stay with them sometimes at weekend. I loved my auntie Olive. She was so patient and kind, and she was always baking. And I used to bake with her, but not very often. She always encouraged me to bake, but